What's up, everybody? It is the Best Spot Kid Smooth, and I am back with another video. Now, it's been a lot of talk going on, and the inspiration behind this video actually was last week, I believe, or earlier this week. I was watching Randall Thor's and Jez podcast. I think it's called Xbox 2, and they was talking about an interesting topic. And I think it was in regards to Sony having the marketing rights for a lot of these big games that's coming this year. Now, I remember they were talking about it in this one part. Randall Thor interrupted to ask Jez a stupid question. I'm like, fuck, get back to the point. Get back to the point. I wanted to hear. It was a good show to listen to on my way home from work, and I really enjoyed that. So if you're not subscribed to Randall Thor, please do that and check out their show. I think it's called Xbox 2. I mean, Jez is a cool guy. I check his stuff out on Windows Central and whatnot. And then Randall Thor, I said his name all fucked up. Man with a million. But there's one thing I wanted to take from that show, and I wanted to further elaborate because I had the same questions, you know. And this video is pretty much Microsoft has really been technically really mum about a lot of things. And we know all eyes are on them at E3, and today, and we know this year is the year of the Scorpio, Project Scorpio, the new Xbox One that's coming out. That's going to be the most powerful console ever made, and people are interested to see what it's going to do, but people are also interested in seeing the games. People want to see how powerful this thing is. Is it really going to put out displays that can compete with some high-end PCs? And, you know, you guys know what I say on Twitter. You know, I'm a very confident dude, and I think a lot of people will be proven wrong when we see these games running to their capability on Scorpio and whatnot. But the thing is, Microsoft is about to launch a new console. Even though it's a mid-gen upgrade, they're going to treat this like a brand new console launch. They're going to treat this like as if they were released like back in 2013 releasing the Xbox One, or back in 2005 when they were releasing the Xbox 360. That's how they're going to treat this, you know. So games obviously will be the big deal, at least showing the improvements to them. But when you look at the biggest games that are coming out this year, Destiny 2, Call of Duty World War II, Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's another game. It's the other game that's up. Star Wars Battlefront 2, my favorite of the four. Believe it or not, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is probably the one I'm most looking forward to. They all have marketing rights with PlayStation, meaning when you see these games commercials, you're gonna see PlayStation at the end of the commercial. You're going to hear that PlayStation. You're going to see the posters going to have PlayStation all over it. And I live in a country where a lot of people are dumb and they're easy to persuade. Americans are easy to persuade. So a lot of these people, they think they see the game, they see a familiar title, they're going to see PlayStation, they're going to assume this is the only place you can play this game. And Sony has, when their marketing rates are some type shady, where it's like Xbox really can't even market it at all. It's like they have to hide the fact that this shit is on their platform. You know, with Destiny 2 and all this other shit. So it's like, well, Project Scorpio is supposed to run all these games better, especially they're going to run these multiplats better than the PlayStation and the PlayStation 4 Pro can. But how will Microsoft be able to get the message out? How would they be able to display that if they don't have marketing rights to not even one of the biggest games coming out this year? Now, you guys heard me on Twitter. You guys see me in videos, me dismissing the whole marketing rights and stuff like that. I personally give a damn about the marketing rights because I know what I have, the consoles I have. I know what I can play. I know what games are available for what it is. I will continue to buy my multi-platform games on my Xbox, whether if I had an Xbox One S or whether if I had a Project Scorpio. It is what it is. That's where my friends are at, you know, and I like achievements, right? So, but that's the question. That question isn't really for me. That's the question to the masses. How will Microsoft with Project Scorpio combat the load of games that are coming, the biggest games with Sony writing all over it, and these aren't even Sony first-party games? And sure, they may drop a God of War, and they may drop a Gran Turismo Sport in between those titles? How will they combat those? You know, so, and this is a tough question. So it would be easier for Microsoft to combat this if they had a lot of first-party content down the pipeline, a lot of first-party games coming this year, and we from what we can assume, we can only go by what was told before and what we can confirm that's likely to come this year. That's State of Decay 2, that's Crackdown 3, that's Forza Motorsport, and Sea of Thieves if it decides to come up. That's what we can really depend on. But can any of those games really compete with the likes of a Destiny 2 and a Battlefront 2 and a Call of Duty World War? No, they can't. So if Microsoft doesn't have any of these marketing rights, how can they display these games? How do they handle this? I don't know how they do it, but I do have suggestions. What Microsoft can do to really show off the games running on Scorpio is that these NDAs on any of their games, or these NDAs on what Scorpio can do, has to completely lift the minute E3 wraps. And when I say that, that means after E3 is done, to keep the hype and the talk about Scorpio alive until it releases, it probably ain't going to come out until at least October or November, who knows, right? Right after E3, start sending Digital Foundry games that have already been ported and done. Send them so they can do comparison videos. Just send them right off the bat. Just do it. They don't even have to come out yet. Just send them right on to Digital Foundry. Send them Gears of War so they can do PC, Xbox One, and Scorpio side by side. Send them the Forza games. Send them all your first party content. And then once you got some third party content, send them the third party contents running on them so they can do them even before Scorpio launches. You know, for Xbox versions of games, soon as these games come out, send them straight to Digital Foundry so they can do the analysts on Battlefront, everything. They have to do it early because at the end of the day, sure, Digital Foundry in nerd terms, to us gamers, to us enthusiasts, we'll have a better understanding. We'll be like, oh shit, and then everybody's going to talk about it. You know, people, sites is going to pick up on it, media is going to pick up on it, Twitter talks. Like I said before, Twitter can turn a average item into a classic item. So that they would have to, I feel like, have to combat this with just pretty much showing. Sure, they have to give us some surprises at E3. We have to see some games running. We have to know that these games are coming this year. And and whatever scraps that's left over that doesn't have marketing rights, like Shadow of War, Assassin's Creed, or Splinter Cell, who knows? Like, take advantage of those games. But I feel like there's not really a way. If they have no way to show Destiny 2 works, is going to look much better, or Battlefront 2 and Call of Duty World War 2 is going to look much better than the PlayStation version, which it more than likely will. But if they don't have the rights to advertise that and promote that, they have to do it through the internet, through social media. They have to do it through Digital Foundry. They have to do it through just trailer reveals, made available on like 4K and whatever, however they got to show it. They have to not just double down on their old content or current content. They have to also double down on new content and upcoming content, and they have to feed it through us. And that's why I feel, Spencer, they need to be heavily invested into first party or trying to secure third party exclusives. If the marketing rights, if they don't have no third party marketing rights for some of these games, they have to do something to combat that. And I feel like this is what's going to happen. I feel like shortly after E3, the gloves come off for Scorpio, and Digital Foundry and other people are just going to have a whole lot of content to show off from Project Scorpio, whether it be the console, the controller, the UI upgrades, or the games just running significantly better than a Pro, or even going toe-to-toe with PC versions of the game, which will be interesting to see. So will that translate to better sales, or translate to Xbox version outselling the PlayStation 4 versions? No, it will not, but it will get the word out, and word travels. And if you got if you get the word out, and you got social media on your side, and everybody's talking, and this shit starts to trend and whatnot, there's going to be some positive reinforcement, and that could definitely help out. At least the word would be out. At least there would be something knowing like, oh, on this version, it looks much better if you get it on the Xbox and whatnot. But Microsoft is in a strange situation. They're launching a new console, well, a new Xbox One that does things significantly better than its current Xbox One. And they're launching in the holiday season with 4 of the biggest games coming this year is all marketed by Sony, even though they're available for PC and Xbox and PlayStation, and even some of them I believe are available on the Switch if I'm not mistaken. Sony has the marketing right. So Sony get to say, this game is on our platform and we're going to put our brand all over it. And, you know, because we Americans, we don't know no better. We just assume that it's only available for that platform. So what can Microsoft do? I don't know what they can do. There's not any other games out there that they can snag marketing deals for that will compete. But I feel like what they can do is put what the games that they do have now and the games that they do coming, and then just games in general, and put what they can do on that platform in the forefront. And hopefully it turns out positive for them. But it's going to be an interesting year to see how this goes. Me personally, as a gamer, I own multiple platforms. I play most of my games on the Xbox One, and I play exclusives on the PlayStation. That's just how that shit goes for me. So it won't bother me. So I can see a commercial for Destiny 2 and buy it on Xbox regardless of what the commercial showed me. You know what I mean? But I feel like Microsoft is going to need a little bit more help of getting a word out of what their platform can do to those same games that you'll be playing on PlayStation. Sure, you'll get early DLC if you're going to be buying DLC on the PlayStation version, or you'll get it's advertised with PlayStation. But at the end of the day, a lot of these games are going to be running much better on Project Scorpio, and maybe that's what they would just need. And if word gets around and people share the results, and if it's a visible a demonstrative difference. When I say demonstrative, I don't need a 4K TV to tell the fucking difference. Hats off, job's done. But that's all I got for you guys. I'm out of here. Xbox is the best box, and I am the best spot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. Thank you. Peace.